I went through and chopped a bunch of the frame out in order to put these gauges up in here. So I have speedo, tack, and then exhaust temp per cylinder. So we'll be able to get all those put in. Basically going to build a plate to go in between these two bars, kind of on the back side. So it'll be plated in from the back, and then these will all be set in there. Probably going to run a like a little LED light as well for temperature, just to make sure that like coolant temp and stuff doesn't ever get too hot.
First though, we want to get a clutch guard. This thing is super sketchy and we got to cover it somehow so it's somewhat safe-ish. We'll be using the back portion of the snowmobile tunnel that we cut off in the last video. This back bit is a little bit thicker, so it should be a little bit more sturdy for what we're trying to use it for, and then this lower bit will be for the gas tank most likely. So instead of custom building this, I think we should just use this welding mask. This thing is way sicker and pretty much covers the whole thing and is built for safety. We're ready to go. Plus, you can check on the status of the belt just by flipping that up. Nice.
The CAD work is done mostly. I'm going to leave some of these bits along on these ends, like leave this a little long as well. That way I can kind of decide if I want to do any sort of angles or not. This front portion over here, I'm going to do a little radius down into this. It's probably going to come down a little further. I'm going to leave these a little longer, and then that way I can try to get this radius up through here a little better as well to kind of match, so I get a nice flow there. Turns out I made a nice little helmet, but we'll cut that thing up and then smack it on that piece of aluminum and maybe have enough there. I'm not too sure. I might have to go find another section of aluminum somewhere. If you're trying to bend some like thick gauge aluminum or even steel, you can go ahead and score it with the angle grinder, just with the cutoff wheel on it or whatever, and that way you can easily bend it and it won't like break or have a weird rolled bend. You get nice clean bends out of it, just bending it on the edge of the table. So that's what I'm doing there. We're gonna get this piece kind of bent around the outside there, and then we'll be part of the way done with the guard. So we got this bad boy done. Definitely should keep an exploding clutch from just destroying you, so that's a plus. We were able to get enough metal out of that aluminum track extension or tunnel extension off that snowmobile, so that's cool. The aluminum settings on the new welder are pretty cool. I messed around with those quite a bit. I haven't really done a whole lot of aluminum welding ever, so this really was kind of the first time I've ever done much, so that's kind of cool to be able to use in the future as well. We're going to go on and finish up the rear brake tubing and everything. I got some fittings for that, so we'll be finishing that up and then we'll go from there. I got the soft line hooked up that runs through the bars. I'm going to end it here for now because I would rather get the gas tank and stuff built before I run hard line all the way back to the rear brake. So we're not going to go any farther on the brake stuff for now. We're going to move on and finish out the exhaust. I already pulled one off, but we're going to add some onto the back of each of these to get them to come through the frame just a little bit, and then we'll pull them all off, paint them up, and then maybe wrap them now too. They're gonna get wrapped eventually, so we probably will just wrap them now. Got these little tubes added on here. Basically just did that for aesthetic. Didn't really there's no real function to them except to get them through the frame a little bit, just so it looks a little better. I think they have achieved their purpose so far. So we're gonna go ahead and pull all these off now, finish taking those up, grind off these excess little supports here that I don't need for any reason, and then they'll be ready to get painted up.
Since we don't actually have a drying rack, we found that the Trike conveniently serves as a drying rack for its own parts.
Alright, so that's all we're going to have time for in this video. The clutch guard took quite a while to build, as I haven't really done any aluminum stuff in a long time and never really did much then anyways. And the exhaust is all painted up now, so once it dries we'll go ahead and wrap it all and then get it put back on. We would also like to thank everybody that has subscribed and helped us get to where we are. We finally got monetized, so that's why there's ads in all these videos now. Sorry guys for that, but it'll help us out with keeping going on this, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you already haven't, and thanks for watching.